Greetings, this is Scholar Saunders Singh. What's current? Oh boy, we got something today, don't we? Oh, this white man defrauded Netflix out of millions of dollars, to the tune of 11 million to be exact. He bought mattresses, bedspreads, went on the Four Seasons, had a fleet of Rolls-Royces, a Ferrari, among other expenditures. My question for this evening is, can an FBA, a foundational Black American, finesse a major corporation out of millions? Can that possibly be? We have different fraudsters. You had the Sam Friedman, he was a fraudster. You had Madoff, he was a fraudster. You had the what's her name? Hold on. Let me make sure I get her name right. I'm looking for her name. Hold on. Elizabeth Holmes, she defrauded, convicted of defrauding investors. Those are on Wall Street. Those are, and the SEC has holes on that. But this is entertainment. This is just, niggas getting together and making movies. He made a trash movie, allegedly. I haven't seen it. I can't say if it's trash or not, but it did poorly at the box office. That doesn't mean anything, because a movie that does poorly at the box office sometimes does better. And later on in life. Let's see. Rottweiler, salute to you. Make sure you tell other people to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you subscribe. I'm here, Zach Lee K. Okay. I don't know what the hell that means, but I appreciate you being here. Thank you. All right. Salute. So, I just want to know. I mean, have there been? I didn't do the whole research. I just saw the story. I woke up from my nap. I had my afternoon nap. I saw the story on LinkedIn. And I was like, "What?" It said he defrauded Netflix out of $11 million. He was supposed to shoot a show called Conquest or White Horse. It's either one or the other. A lot of reports are saying Conquest. Some reports are saying White Horse. It's supposed to be, I think, 10 or 11 episodes. They gave him, I think, $1 million per episode or something like that. It may have been 13, so maybe a little bit less, like 8.5, 9.5 million, something around there. But yeah. So I just want to know, does anybody have any information on Negroes who have defrauded major corporations for millions of dollars or maybe even billions of dollars? I don't even know. I remember there was one story about counterfeiters. One of my favorite, Torre, he wrote about it was the Ivy League counterfeiters. That was the closest thing I ever could understand to that. But yeah, it just seems real goofy to me. All right, Andretti says, with all this black news, I support you talking about a tailor-made topic only you'll understand. Yeah, exactly. I hardly understand it though. I'm just trying to relate the idea of a man of color, especially a black man. That's what I mean by foundation FBA, foundational Black American. Can he or she get away with all those millions, or almost get away? He got indicted yesterday. And Jordy says, "Oh, that. Thank you." See, that's why I didn't even think of that. That's why it's so important to have people that have mind states that are clear and understanding. I totally forgot about my Black Lives Matter. They completely collapsed, didn't they? Didn't they collapse? Andretti says only Black Lives got away with millions. Did they get away with it though? I thought they got stopped. I think there's no really Black Lives Matter anymore, is there? I don't think there really is a movement matter. I'm frozen. Okay. I don't think there's a movement of Black Lives Matter anymore. I think that's done. Andretti says, I owe you an apology for all the trolling in the past. I'm grown as a man. It's all, hey, Andretti, that's what I'm a grown man. I was waiting for you to come around, and you came around beautifully. That's why we're grown men. You're a grown man. I'm a grown man. The trolling is helpful. At first, I thought you were trying to damage the show. Then I was like, maybe he's got something to him. He's probably got some issues he's working out. Let me give him a wrench. Give him something to say, look, I got some kind of, agency, and I can do something. So it's no problem, man. It's no problem. Yes, they took the money and ran. I remember one of them was in a Cadillac commercial or something. Like, that's not fraud, but I'm just saying it's kind of like spiritual fraud. It's like they're all for, leftist, ideals and, almost communistic ideals, socialist ideals in a sense. And she's popping up on capital, like in a capitalist way, in commercials for Cadillac cars. Like, okay, if you want to do that, I don't have a problem with it. But your constituency, the people that are around you, the people that support you, they may have a problem with that. But hey, that's me. Yes, trolling is kid like. I honestly used to think it was funny, but it's immature. Hey, it's all good. Like Mr. Choice Arturian. That's why I never block. Did I ever block you? Did I ever block you, Andretti? As many times as you can. I mean, other people might have put you in timeout. I'll just say, hey, do what you gotta do. That's y'all's business. Y'all got wrenches. Do what y'all's gotta do. But I never blocked you. Never blocked you. Black lives only matter when it's beneficial. Yeah, exactly. I never blocked you, and I wouldn't. I want the hate. I need the hate. The hate drives me. Like, I need you to be negative. That's the power of negativity. It's like I was watching Ghostbusters 2. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. I watched Ghostbusters 2 before I watched Ghostbusters. It's all about hate. Like, they had this slime. It was like a metaphor for the hatred of the city in New York City. And it covers everything. And like every time you're in the slime, you're like hating on each other. You're going back and forth. You're being spiteful and vicious and everything. That's what you're supposed to do. And then you find out, a way, to overcome all that, and you're on together again. So that's just my little take. But this guy, I didn't even say his name. His name is Erik Rinsch. Erik Rinsch. Let me make sure I get his full. Let me see. Carl Rinsch. That's his name. Carl Erik Rinsch. They're claiming he's an American film director. He directed the 2013 film 47 Ronin. I think that was with Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves, I think, put up money. I think he lost money because of this fraudster. I wish a nigga would. I'm wishing. I don't hope. I wish a nigga would take millions from Netflix. It wouldn't happen. Nigga be it wouldn't happen. They'll be like, what, nigga, what? You want to make a movie after you bombed at the box office? You gonna make a series on our platform? Nigga, what? Nigga, who? Nigga, what? Nigga, who? Are you serious? You're gonna come to our offices, ask for $11 million? Actually, I think it was more. I think it was like double that. I think it was like $22 million. But he defrauded them out of the 11, only half of that, I think it was. If I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken. Andre says, I think FBA can finesse, look at Jaguar right. But I'm saying big. I'm talking about big money. I'm talking about millions. I'm talking about 8 figures. He did 8 figures off of Netflix, which is one of the biggest corporations in the country right now. He finessed them out of 8 figures. Bought all kinds of Rolls-Royces, beds and mattresses, and went to the 4 Seasons and paid off his personal debt. It's wild. It's wild. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's wild. It's like I want to see in the news today. Jerome Jenkins, Khalid, Sheikh, Thompson, Jamal Henry James defrauded Microsoft out of $85 million or something like that. I just want to hear that just to see if it's possible. Yeah, that's the craziest. What did he promise Netflix to them to get the money? Oh, he promised them to make a show. He wanted to make a show called either White Horse or Conquest. That's why I'm getting mixed results for the absolute title, but it was either Conquest or White Horse, and they were readying him. He was supposed to deliver them at, I think, 11 or 12 episodes of the series, and Keanu Reeves was part of it. I think he was either an executive producer or he was actually one of the cast members or something like that, or just an investor. He was maybe something like that. And that's what I think happened. I think it just everything just collapsed after that. Rick James, Sir Rick James, Mr. Rick James says, ladies and gentlemen, we are doing it live, and he is wilding out. He's the man who jumps. He's not walking. He ain't got time for that to get into the looking glass and present you with the latest urban sky. It's like poems. Yeah, Mr. Rick James presents poems. I respect that. Thank you very much for that, sir. But no, this is big time. This is like big time entertainment, because like I said, Sam Freed and Elizabeth Holmes, those are $1 billion. That's big. That's big-ish. That's big talk. You have $1 billion companies, and they tank, because of the fraudsters. That's big money. That's big money. This is cute. White man said, I'm going to go ahead and, defraud this company at $11 million and act like it's not going to be. I mean, it's obvious stuff. He bought cars and mattresses and stuff. Went to the Four Seasons and stuff. It wasn't even like he was doing quiet stuff. He was being loud. He got a fleet of Rolls-Royces. You got, multi-million dollars worth of Rolls-Royces, a Ferrari, Ferraris and Rovers. Netflix need to give 50 Cent $100 million. You know what? I think that's true. We're going off topic a little bit, but if you want to talk, we should talk that, because I think 50 Cent earned it with stars. Nobody watched. Who watches? I never even watched a full season of Power, Son of Canaan, BMF, nothing like that. I've never seen any of them. I respect 50 for his hustle. So Netflix should have stepped up and said, look at this guy. He's got something here. We should give him money. But 50's not even worried about it. He's trying to do the Tyler Perry, Cat Williams thing. They're trying to build up their own studios. They're going out of Hollywood. They're using Hollywood actors and actresses, people within the system. But with his own writing staff, he has a legion of writers and directors and producers and makeup people and gaffers and Foley artists and all this, whatever makes up a TV show or a movie, he's got a whole army work. He's got a whole, unit. No pun intended on G unit. Can I get your opinion on Ye? I'd rather not. I'm not going to talk about Ye. I already talked about Ye. I shouldn't have talked about him. I promised myself I wasn't going to talk about him, but I said his name like twice, and I don't want to talk about him anymore. In some ways, 50 Cent is a genius, sir. Yes, in very much ways. I would say he is. And he's a master of rapping. Yeah. Well, yeah, he's a great writer. He's one of the best writers in hip-hop history. And Dirty says, the writing is going downhill when I think about it on Power. It's becoming like Empire. That's what I was afraid of. That's why I don't even watch those shows, but I respect them. See, just because you don't like something doesn't mean you don't have to. Just because you don't like something doesn't mean you have to not respect it. You can respect something and not like it at the same time. So that's pretty much me with anything, Power and Son of Canaan and, BMF and all those different vehicles that 50 Cent lost. Because he told the truth. He said, HBO, Game of Thrones has like 175. I'm almost not even exaggerating. It's somewhere like that. It's like 150 or 175 nominations and like 60 awards for Game of Thrones. It's like he has 0 nominations for any of his works, none of them. So it's like, why am I even fooling around with Hollywood when I can just go in and do this myself, make my own Shreveport, Louisiana G Unit studios? Like he said, he made it make sense. But let me roast this white boy. Because I want to see the Negroes. Maybe the Negro may not be that smart. Maybe the Negro isn't smart enough to finesse a company out of millions of dollars or even billions of dollars. Is the white man too smart to go this long? I'm trying to remember how long he went. He went a few. I think he went a few months or years. Doing this. I get it from the story. Okay. The money, which was supposed to go toward finishing a TV show in which $44 million had already been invested, instead went to Rinsch's personal accounts, his personal spending, and his personal gains and losses, according to a federal court indictment filed earlier this month in the Southern District of New York. So he quickly transferred the $11 million from the Rinsch Co. account, where it has been deposited since March 6, 2020 by Netflix, through a number of additional accounts until about $10.5 million wound up weeks later in a personal brokerage account, according to the indictment. The director proceeded to lose more than half of that money in less than 2 months via risky investments to the stock market, the indictment says. Even though it's related to the stock market, it's not like this is a stock market kind of situation. Okay, Andretti says, okay, got it. We got to stop acknowledging his new behavior and just enjoy his previous bodies of work. Yeah, facts. That's true. Yes, because he is, I mean, for all intents and purposes, he's a genius. Jay-Z's a genius. 50's a genius. These are, if you want to use the G word and just pass it out, it should be very conservative. You should be conservative with the word. But if you want to use it liberally, there's a lot of geniuses. Hell, you can say Young Thug is a genius. Just the way he changed the game. The mumble rap and everything like that. Yes, we are smart enough. Look how Master P finesse his label. But see, maybe I'm not using the right word. I may not be using. Paul Rubens was, he was on the level of a genius. I can say that he was a master of puppetry. But that's what Rick James saying. Paul Rubens was a genius. Yeah, I mean, on a level of puppetry and level of writing and for performing, that there was a genius level to him. All right, but I was wondering. Andretti says, "Yes, we are smart enough. Look how Master P finesse his label." Like I'm saying, I might have to change the title, because when I say finesse, I mean like steal and go do something underhanded. Master P didn't do anything underhanded. He did it straight. He did the right thing. He did a good thing. And he's worth like $200 million, which means he made somebody else $2 billion. He made somebody at Universal Music Group $2 billion. Rick James says, why do you say puppetry, sir? He was not a puppeteer. Fact. He was a master of puppetry, sir. Look it up. He was a master Rick James is saying he was a master of comedy and stage presence. Fact. I can agree with that, yeah, but he was mainly for puppetry. He was mainly, a master of, the art of illusion. He was a great illusionist in that sense. He was almost like a magician in a way, and a comedian. He was a comedian and a magician almost in a sense, but with puppets. So that's what I mean. But yeah. So hey, I'm dumping on this guy. This guy was funny. They're going to make a movie about him. They made a movie about Elizabeth Holmes. There's going to be a Sam Freed movie probably coming out. And it's going to be ironic, too. I mean, what are they going to do? See, this is what's going to mess up. It's going to mess it up for people that are of color, especially. They're going to be like, what? Do you see what this white man did? And you little blackie, or you little Hispanic, you little red, you Indian, whoa, or red dot, I'm just being so sarcastic. I'm not being real. I'm just joking. But anyway, you want 10 million, and this guy took 11 million. Oh no, you're done. This meeting is over. No, we're not giving you the money. We're not gonna have it. Spin on spinning rims and do rags and fried chicken. No, that's not going to happen. Not today. Not today. Rick James says, salute to the red dots and small hats of the world. Just say Indians and Jews. There's Indian Americans and there's American Indians. That's the difference. There's Indian American and American Indians. Red dot or feather. That's the difference. The red dot is the Indian American, and then the feather is American Indian. That's the difference. All right, so we got that out of the way. Let me dump further on this white boy that defrauded Netflix, and probably the reason why Netflix prices are probably going to increase over time because of people like him. He's just ruining it for everybody. He's an ish bird. He's an ish bird. I'm not gonna say, I'm trying not to cuss, but he's an ish bird. Sardines on the grill. What are you talking? That's Beha Jackson. Salute to him, Beha Jackson. Sardines on the grill. But you got to go to Dot Focus. Matter of fact, let me talk about him right now. Visit twitch.tv/dotfocus/about. Dotfocus _/about to witness gameplay at a higher level. Immerse yourself in the world of Call of Duty with Dotfocus at the helm. Subscribe to his YouTube page with a search. So make sure you go to Dotfocus on YouTube, get his subscriptions up. My subscriptions already went up today. I'm really happy about that. They're climbing back up. My highest subscription was $9.56. I'm at $9.51. It went down as low as $9.46, $9.44, I think, like that. Now it's down. It's up to $9.51 last time I checked. So that's a good thing. I've been on the show. You know, once I go on the show, people start subscribing. I'm talking about the Star Report. Andretti says the small hat. You can say Jews on my platform. You can say, you don't have to say small hats if you don't feel like. I mean, it's not like a diss. It's like, who doesn't have a small hat? The Jews have Zucchetti. Muslims, they have the kufi. So it's all about the small hats. I mean, that's the reason why we're warring. We have fighting all over the world because of the hats they wear. Everybody has a hat. Even the Pope. The Pope has that big hat they put on him. So, is he even going to wear it on Easter Sunday? I don't even think he's going to be in commission. I think he's going to have a replacement Pope. He's going to come off the bench. Honey. That's right. Rick James says. But Andretti said before, he said the small hats took the game down pat. They got everybody focused on playing chess while they play a game not available to the public. Ooh. That's a clear shot. I don't think that's a diss so much as that's a compliment more so. Not trying to tell you what to do, but maybe you have to finesse the algorithm. Well, tell me what to do. How do I finesse the algorithm? You telling you what to do, I'll do it. I just do what I do. Like I said, Mr. Star Terrain said they want to see your face, they want to hear your voice. I just threw up on this, this site, coming to, and I came up with 9,000 views one day, 2,000 views the next day, 8,000 views the next day. Go figure. I mean, I had 6,000 views before that, so I know those aren't major numbers. And people, I get 6,000 views in 2 minutes, like it's nothing. But I understand that. But touch on trending topics. Would you argue this is a trending topic? This is pretty much a trending topic. It came out yesterday that he was indicted. So I just said, I was like, hey, this looks like something that could be worthwhile. You supply me with those trending topics, I will cover them. Trust me. You've done that before. You've given me stories to do, and I've done them. So you give me a story, and I'll research it and put it on the table. And Andretti says touch on trending topics. So I'll do that. I have no problem with that. Rick James says small hats is less offensive than trotter nose. Well, we're not going to go to there. We're not going to go to, it definitely is a lot less offensive than that because that's going on people's physical, it's like saying the nigger with the wide nose and the big lips, you're saying like, I'm not going to say it, the K word with the long nose and, the big ears and stuff like that, which keeps us separated. For white people, maybe. Oh, okay. Big U on the run and the Jets is the mess. Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to distance myself from the Star Report. I don't want to rehash what already has been said on the Star Report. That's what my main goal was to do. I wanted to make sure he was already on. I was like, you know what? I see what he's doing. I'm not going to go down that route. Sometimes we will overlap. Like sometimes we will have to talk about something. And it'll just overlap. But the big U, and I was like, not really. That's Andretti saying that. Big U on the run and Jess with the mess. Rick James says, dog will hunt. Okay. I don't know what you're talking about there, but that's fine. Yeah, so I just want to dump on a white boy. If that's okay. If y'all are okay with that, dump it on a white boy. I mean, it's fine with me. And ask the question, can Can an FBA do the same thing that he did? Is that possible? Can an FBA finesse a corporation out of millions of dollars? And that's chump change, really, to the Freeds of the world and the Elizabeth Holmes, the Sam Freeds and the Elizabeth Holmes of the world, who are on the stock exchange. They're actually are part of the markets. They were in billions. She was in she was in like pharmaceuticals or something too. I think she's in pharmaceuticals, and like her company tanked, and it was just a big mess. Andretti said you got to race to beat Star to those trending topics. Exactly. That's true. I'll see what I can do before he goes on. Rick James says the David Beckham of the world. What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about, Rick James. Are you on the water? Are you smoking water? What are you doing? The David Beckham of the world. I don't know what you mean, but that's okay. Yeah, so I'm just saying can a black man finesse the company? Can a black woman? Will they let a black hell no? Did you see what this white man did? We're gonna let your little color that what? You're not getting a dime from us. No, go away. 7 away from a party. I know. Give your strength. Rich. Okay, and Jerry says the FBA can't. When you think about it, did he try to do it with a lawsuit? Yeah. Are you talking about the Dion's? What is it? Dijon? The drink maker, the alcoholic beverage maker, Dijon or whatever it's called. Is that what you're talking about, Andretti? Rick James says 7 away from a party, get your G strings out. Now we're 8 away from a party. He's going lower. Andretti says I don't think so. You don't think so? What? You don't think so? What? If you guys just roll me, I'm cool. I'd rather be 200,000 people in here at one time. But if I'm talking to 2 people, if I'm talking to 1 person, I'm cool. Because the best thing is the rebroadcast anyway. Rebroadcast is the way to go. Crazy show so far. That's what Rick James said. Crazy show so far. But yeah, I'm just dumping on the white boy. I just love the arrogance. I love the white boy arrogance. That's what inspires me. That's what I think inspires Mr. Choice Terrain. The white man's arrogance. I'm going to take this money. I'm going to buy cars and mattresses and go on to 4 seasons and pay off my personal debt. Hell yeah. Are they going to catch me? Well, we'll see about it. I'm going to do it anyway, God damn it. Because I'm a white man in America and I can do this. Like, that's the attitude that they have. That's the attitude. And Jerry says, I don't think we can take money from the system. What the FBA, I don't say we, because I say FBA when it's racially driven, but I'm not FBA, otherwise. I'm FBA when there's a racial, condition going on. But I don't say we, I say they. They, FBA, they can go up into a store, take 35 cents out of the drawer, shoot the owner of the store, and kill him, and go down for murder and armed robbery, and be sentenced to 15 to life. That's what niggas can do. Niggas are skilled at that. That takes a lot of chutzpah. That takes a lot of skill and training for the FBA to just run up in this convenience store and take 28 cents out of the register and pop the owner or the store clerk and run out and then get caught by the police and go down for 15 years to life. That's where I think FBA is at. I'm trying to remember. You said something earlier. You said the Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. I don't know if they did anything fraudulent though. They just totally combusted. They just like blew up. It didn't matter anymore. Like where's Black Lives Matter right now? Why aren't they walking through the street just cause? Just Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. Woo 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 woo. Why aren't they like that right now? I mean, just for anything, for just cause, just to remind people that they have a movement. Doesn't have to be somebody had the knee on somebody's neck, or somebody was shot down in the street or in their own home. Just say Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. That's all they got to say. Black Lives Matter. This white man's life mattered. I'm caping for the white man now. He was so just, he had personal debts, and he wanted those Rolls-Royces and a Ferrari. I mean, isn't that everybody's dream, to get Rolls-Royces and a Ferrari? Can't you understand his plight? Of course, I'm kidding. I'm very much kidding. But I'm dumping on him. Because it's dumb crazy. It's dumb. I'm dumping on him dumb hard because he had every opportunity to enjoy life. He was a film director. He was a film director. He's not a film director anymore. He's an indicted criminal. So we have to see what the results are going to be. How many years he's going to get. There's I think I saw for every count there's like wire fraud. There's another type of fraud, and each of them carry like 10 years. He's looking at least 20 years in prison. Andretti says Black Lives Matter didn't do anything for the hood when it came to back on black crime. Yes, facts. What did they do for anything? I remember them walking in the streets, had their signs up that they crafted in their basement. They were doing the electric slide and what is it? The Cupid shuffle and the cha-cha slide, going through the streets. I remember that was 5 years ago almost. That was almost 5 years ago. People were going crazy. Now, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. Nobody's screaming that. I don't see it. It used to be on the internet. It used to be on, you couldn't go on a post. You couldn't see BLM. It's all BLM. It's all about the BLM. And they were just completely dismantled, destroyed, as they should have been. It was a very backwards, disturbing, ugly, and disgusting organization. It helped no one. It only like that's how they do. I guess it wasn't a criminal finesse, but it was a finesse because they got money. They got paid off of BLM, the main leaders, the wide nosed woman, but they got paid for it. I mean, like I said, one of them hopped up on a Cadillac commercial. Really? I thought you were a revolutionary. I thought you were anti-capitalist, commercialism, anti all this, and I'm hopping up in a commercial for Cadillac. Let me see if I can find her name. BLM Cadillac. Tamika Mallory. That's it. Cadillac TV spot. The upheaval and grief brought by the past year, Black people still make life joyful, shape their countries. Okay. Tamika Mallory. Let me see. Tamika Mallory. She's an American activist. She received the Coretta Scott King Legacy Award from the Coretta Scott King Center for Cultural and Intellectual Freedom in 2018. Mallory is a proponent of gun control, feminism, and the Black Lives Matter movement. It's a decentralized political and social movement that aims to highlight racism, discrimination, and racial inequality experienced by Black people and to promote anti-racism instead of reason, instead of individualism, instead of capitalism. But yeah. We got Miss Fine Thing. You know, she's not bad looking. She looks pretty good. But Tamika Mallory, she hopped up in that Cadillac commercial. Like it was cool. That's how it goes. They turned $3 signs into millions. Yeah. That's how you do it, though. That's the way you do it on the MTV. Yeah. So that's the beauty of all this. This justice is justice for the people of America who pay their Netflix, or at least steal from Netflix by using somebody else's account. And they were cracking down on that heavy, but we know. That's all I'm gonna say. We know. Yes, Rick James knows. Money for nothing and the chicks for free. Yeah. That's the way you do it. But so this Rinsch guy, oh my god, he's a dirtbag. He's a dirtbag. He's just as bad as BLM, just as terrible. Maybe more, maybe they're more terrible, intellectually. He's more terrible financially, and criminally. He definitely represents something that is very fraudulent and fake, and always follow him no matter what. This is why the system of justice it will always follow you. Diddy, no matter what, he could in May 3, was it 2 months almost from now, or a little under 2 months from now, he could go scot-free. At the trial, he could go scot-free. He could have every charge dropped. He could have every lawsuit dismissed. The stain will always be there. First of all, there's also the Cassie's video. Always got to remember that. Can't forget that. We'll never forget that. But so I think with this Rinsch guy, I mean, it just the audacity. I just like the audacity. I just like the, yeah, nigga, what? Yeah, I'm gonna take your money. What you gonna do? Like, he didn't even do like personal. He did do personal. He did personal debt. He got himself out of debt. He had like millions of dollars worth of credit card debt or something like that. He got himself out of debt. Used the rest of it, buying up cars and places and going to Four Seasons on that. It's wild. That's wild. No, 5 likes, not mad. I can't even tell how many likes I got. I'm on StreamYard. I can't even tell how many likes I got. But so it's very interesting to me. I just thought it was interesting. I said, what this guy did? What with Netflix? See, Netflix now. See, here's the thing. What are they going to do it to themselves? Are they going to have like a documentary about themselves, about Netflix? Oh, this is the story of the fraudulent character. I always want to say Erik Rinsch. His name is not just Erik Rinsch. It's something else. Make sure I get his name right. Carl Erik Rinsch. He had short films. He had longer version films. There's an intense race for content. And both Amazon Prime Video and Netflix expressed interest in picking up the project. Netflix landed it, agreeing to provide $61.2 million in several installments to produce the series, which is renamed Conquest. It was started off as, I think, White Horse. Yeah, this is crazy. The situation on set worsened. Okay, so he had, according to a 2023 New York Times investigation by journalist John Carreyrou, I think it is, production of Conquest was troubled and Rinsch's behavior became erratic. A film union in Brazil complained about Rinsch's behavior on set, specifically his yelling and cursing at members of the crew. He also began taking lisdexamfetamine. I hope there's a commercial usage for that. So this must have messed him up in his head. Not to give him a pass or well, he was on drugs and he a prescription drug and amphetamine. In 2019, I guess it is Rolls-Royces, hired a behavioral health consultant to try to persuade Rinsch to enter rehab. The situation on set worsened and an intervention was held by Rolls-Royces, Rinsch's brother, his wife, and members of the crew of Conquest, urging him to go into rehab. As the project was running low on cash, Rinsch urged Netflix to send him more money, despite not meeting production deadlines for the first phase of the project. Netflix forwarded his production company another $11 million, which Rinsch transferred to his personal brokerage account and used to purchase stock options, losing around $6 million in weeks. Okay, so that's the crazy. When you get, it's a gamble. It's cute. The market is a gamble. I have 0 people in here right now. This is 0 people. 0 people are watching. There's somebody watching, but I can't tell. The counter says 0. And I'm gonna still go. Now it says 2 again. See, big crowd in here. Oh, here goes Jake Savage. Thank you for the hatred. I know, Jake Savage. I know. Thanks for the cynicism. Thanks for the sarcasm. I appreciate it. I love the cynical and the sarcastic. I need that. Lies. I see 3. Oh, yeah. Well, it's 2 now. That's what Rick James says. Yeah, so I appreciate anyone and everyone who comes into this live and all the people that in rebroadcast land. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. 1 now. Okay, I don't see 1. I see 2. I see 2 now. Unless it's you going away. I guess it's you, Jay Savage. So, yeah, I'm just dumping on them. This whole show is a dump. It's question: can the FBA do it? That's the question on the table. I got some responses. Andretti said no. I don't think Rick James said an answer, but I don't think they can, especially not now. Especially not now. Before maybe, they could have finessed, did 5 to 10 million. But after Mr. Rinsch. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be hard on filmmakers and people in the industry to try to get their dreams off the ground just because of this one guy. Now it says 1. So I think with the ideals that are set in motion, I think that it is a great and wonderful tool Like Netflix is a tool. Netflix is a major corporation that can be used like a tool to further your projects, to get those dreams off the ground. But if you're going to defraud somebody, I mean, that's when you run into the sticky situation. Maybe that's what they're going to say. Oh, well, he was on prescription drugs and he was I'm on prescription drugs. I'm not defrauding YouTube. Hell, they're giving me strikes. Not strikes, warnings. They're giving me warnings. I haven't had a strike yet. Thank goodness. There is no God, but thank God. That's my favorite line. I love that line. There is no God, but thank God. Because it's the sentiment. It's the idea. Like people have this. I'm going to just break off from the traditional idea of the show. I'm just talking a little bit right now. Just bear with me. Bear with me. But you know, there's so many different. Thank God. It's just thank God. Just the whole. Thank God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Thank God. There is no God, but you know the expressions, like you know what it means. You know when you say "Oh my God," it's a sense of surprise. It's a sense of shock. It's a sense of awe. It's a sense of understanding, and then you know, thank God. Like it's a relief. It's like you know, it's really great. Rick James says, "I like thank goodness." I think that's too weak. God is strong. God, thank God. Boom. It's not the goodness. Boom, boom. It's just boom. Thank God. Bang, bang. And the heart. Everybody talks about the heart. It's about the heart. The chocolate boxes on Valentine's Day are shaped like hearts. They should be shaped like brains. They should be shaped like your head. The heart is just a pump. It's a glorious pump, but it's a glorified pump. It's not used properly. That's why I like the movie Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind and the show Severance. It's not about the heart. It's about the brain. It's about the mind. Your brain processes it. The reason you get a thump in your chest when you see that special person, especially the women see their man or the other woman, you know, they get a sensation. They get very excited. And it's like, oh, my heart jumps into my throat. And they do the hand hearts and stuff like that. Should be a brain. I don't even know how to do a brain, but, you know, just some, I don't know. But that's the weird part. That's what's so strange. But getting back to the topic. Can an FBA finesse a major corporation out of millions? Not yet even close to billions, but just millions. Just, you know, pay off personal debt, buy a fleet of cars, some mattresses. Can an FBA do that? Can an FBA do that? Do they have the prowess? Do they have the mental capacity? Can they think enough to be like the white man in this low life? I forgot his name again. I swear to Christ. Was it Carl Rinsch? He wanted to call him Eric. Carl Erik Rinsch. Rick James says, no, they cannot. Why not, Rick James? Tell us why not. Why can't they? I just want to know. Because this is it's the white man's world and the yellow man's world. Brown kind of like, somewhat, you know, there's, what is his name? Malay and Argentina and stuff like that. And the son, Halu, and he's a multi-billionaire. And, you know, and there's some red, dothead, red Indians, you know, they call them brown skin too. But I'm saying the distinction between Hispanic and brown skin or Latino or whatever. But the dot heads, they have power too. They have more power. They have, you know, they're in positions of high levels, especially at like Microsoft and places like that. Yeah, but The black man has no power. He has no productive power. He has consumer power. He has $1.3 trillion. 1.3. He and she, they have $1.3 trillion worth of buying power in this country. 1.3 trillion. Last time I checked, it could have gone up or down a little bit. I don't know. But last time I checked, it was $1.3 trillion. Rick James says, can't teach an old dog new tricks, as the cliche goes. Thank you for that, sir. But that's what I want to figure out. I just wanted to see, can the FBA, can they pull this off? Buy up all kinds of jewelry and rims and get the ice in the teeth and everything like that. Get the trick on hose. Can they do that? Can they trick off and buy a house for mama? Buy a house for themselves? Can they do it? Can the FBA do that? Can they pull it off? I wonder. That's what this whole show is about. This whole show is about tearing down this white boy. He says, Rick James says, if they pull it off, then we've got a problem. Yeah, that's true. Rick James says, the last time that happened, Will I Am was dating Fertile. Did you mean Fergie? Went a little crazy with the lettering. And did they date? I have no proof that they dated or not. I don't know about that. I know they worked on music together, but I have no idea that they dated. She was hot in the mid 2000s. She had like at least 3 or 4 songs. Let me see. She had The Girl Can't Help It. The Girl Can't Help It. That song. She had Big Girls Don't Cry. She had Lady Humps. She had Glamorous Life. Did I say Big Girls Don't Cry? I think I said that right. Yeah, but that was like 4 songs. That was pretty strong. She was pretty strong back in the mid 2000s. I think she started playing with her nose allegedly. She started playing with her nose, I think. And things went south and didn't happen so well for her. But we're dumping on Rinsch right now. We're dumping on Carl Rinsch. He's a despicable human being. He's a lowlife. We're dumping on him. Like Sam Freed, like Elizabeth Holmes. Fraudsters, frauds. They're frauds. There's real as a $3 bill. That's how real they are. And we have to accept that. We have to nurture the idea of, condemning them. Oh, he was on prescription pills and he was just so aggravated in his job and oh my God, it was just so awful. And black man couldn't do that. Black man would be like, they'd have looked at him like, what? Give you what? For what? Get out of here, nigger. We ain't got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. That's what would have happened. That's exactly what would have happened. So that is, the tale of the reality of all of this. To show that, the FBA is not equipped to do this because they have a sense that it wouldn't be done. They wouldn't have the audacity to do it. They wouldn't have the aggression and the mind state, the mind frame to defraud a multi-billion-dollar corporation out of millions of dollars. It wouldn't happen. They would have looked at them like they were like lizards were crawling out of their ears. They were like, what? But this Rinsch guy, oh my God. He just said, you know what? I want to buy some Rolls-Royces. Like, I just want to, I would love to have been the fly on the wall that observed him thinking, or just like planning all these different, because he had to go to dealerships, he had to get them sent to his house or wherever the case may have been. He had to get the people to install the mattresses. That's a weird thing. The mattresses and stuff like that, linen and stuff. He would have to done that all by himself. He would have to done that all by himself. So that's what's so potent and what's so powerful about all this is the fact that he had to, you have to not think. It's not a thinking. It's a ruminating. It's a process. It's a false processing. It's like, I'm going to buy all this stuff and not have to pay for it or use it only on my personal account and not for the exact items I need to be doing for this film. I'm going to get 4 seasons, stays. I'm going to get all these different cars, these mattresses. I'm going to do this. And am I going to get away with it? Let's see. What was his thinking plan? What was his ideals? What was his thinking pattern? He had to have known that this was all going to blow up in his face. Maybe he wanted it to. Maybe he thought if he done it, it would be a more powerful way of ascending, the Hollywood ladder. And then of course you have the sexual cases. I'm not even going to get to that. They have Bill Cosby and Weinstein, Harvey Weinstein, and all that. But that's the thing too. It's like, I'm going to have these relationships with these women that are completely corrupt and evil. Mr. Bill Cosby and Mr. Harvey Weinstein, both convicted. Mr. R. Kelly, evil predator, convicted. What is that goes through your mind? What goes through their mind that says that I'm doing something that's? They're saying like it's right to me. Is that what they're saying? Is they have to say in other people's eyes this may not be right, but this is right to me. I'm doing the right thing. I'm going the right route. I'm doing what's good. I'm doing the good thing. I just don't understand it. It just makes no sense to me. It makes zero sense. Because this guy, he had a life. He was a filmmaker. He went to Brown in Columbia. He studied film. Yeah, I think he had a beautiful wife. They divorced prior to all of this. I think it was in like 2020 or something like that. But that's just the facts of it. That's just the truth. He wanted to have something more and then realized that, maybe I'm doing the wrong thing. And it got real deep and it got real strong and it got real heavy. And he just couldn't get himself out of it. He got so deep in the hole, pause. There was nothing that he could do. There was no way that he could juggle, pause, the different, expenditures that were accredited to, that were part of his buying patterns. That's a sadness. That's a shame. But I don't think an FBA, to be honest, for me, can finesse millions of dollars out of a corporation. Like I said, there were black counterfeiters that could do that, but I don't think they have the power. And that's all I got to say about that. And thank you very much. Thank everybody that came in today. I appreciate you. I'm probably gonna have another story about another fraudster or something. No, I'm gonna do something different, tomorrow. I will see you sometime around this time. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I'll see you soon. Take care.